From 1922, he started visiting Bhagavan more often and mentally offered prayers for relief from the problems he had. He explained to me, "You have every right to pray to your God or Guru, but without any condition attached. It may be fulfilled, it may not be fulfilled. Your mind should not agitate either happily when it is fulfilled or unhappily when it is not fulfilled." Bhagavan once told him, "Your duty is to surrender, then just be. Whether I fulfill it or not is not your concern." Those days, in India, it was difficult to get a daughter married, but Mudaliar prayed and his daughter's marriage was performed without any obstacles. In 1930, his wife, whom he dearly loved, fell seriously ill. He rushed to Bhagavan and prayed for her recovery repeatedly. She passed away in 1933, giving him a great shock, but he never got angry or disappointed with Bhagavan. He said, "That was also Bhagavan's blessing to me, Ganeshan, because after that shock, my mind and my attention turned completely to the spiritual quest. I saw powerfully the futility of worldly attachments and relationships." After his wife's passing, he came to Ramanasramam and sat before his master. The sorrow at the loss of his wife, which was oppressing him deeply, disappeared. He attributed this cure entirely to the gracious presence of Bhagavan. At lunchtime, he was invited as usual, but demurred, saying that he had an allergy. His cousin, Dr. Guruswami Mudaliar, a respected doctor in Chennai, had told him that there was no medicine for his allergy. Prevention was only possible by avoiding rice altogether. On that day, Bhagavan asked, "Where is Devaraja Mudaliar?" Someone told Mudaliar that Bhagavan had called for him. He went to Bhagavan, and the master instructed him with a powerful look, "Sit here." Mudaliar quietly obeyed. Rice is served in abundance in Ramanasramam, and as it was being served to him, he hesitated and looked at Bhagavan. The Guru suggested eating, and immediately Mudaliar began to eat, finishing all the rice. He later told me, "I obeyed my master's command. The incurable allergy was instantly gone." No one at the ashram knew who Mudaliar was, because many different people came there every day. Bhagavan asked the residents, "Do you recognize who he is?" All of them shook their heads. "Oh, you do not recognize Devaraja Mudaliar?" Bhagavan exclaimed. "He has often come to visit us. How different he looked in those days. He used to wear a European suit, but now see how simple he looks." Devaraja Mudaliar tearfully narrated this to me, saying, "Look at the Guru's attention on me. He accepts you as you are, whether you're in a European suit or in ordinary clothes. Whether you are a believer in God or pursuing a particular spiritual practice, these are immaterial to him. The devotee is much more important to the Guru than what the devotee believes or does." From 1933, Mudaliar started going to Bhagavan even more frequently. This is very important. In Mudaliar's own words, "It is very important for spiritual strengthening to continue to have contact with the truth, whether it is a person, a teaching, an institution, a temple, or a church. This continuum without a gap is imperative. The wonder and beauty of the Guru's love is that he wins the devotee over step by step, not through instructions, but just by going along with the devotee." In 1936, the ashram management was in an embarrassing predicament. A lawsuit was filed in the local magistrate court against Bhagavan, Chinnaswamy, and most of the ashram residents. Chinnaswamy rushed to Sundaran Chettiar, a retired high court judge who was also Bhagavan's devotee. Out of all the reputed lawyers in Tiruvannamalai and other areas, the judge suggested the name of Devaraja Mudaliar, who was then in Chittur, 100 miles away. When Devaraja Mudaliar narrated this to me, there were tears in his eyes. Look at the master's grace. According to the Indian Penal Code, when one is summoned by the court, one is required to appear before it. It seemed that there was no other way out. But Devaraja Mudaliar managed to get the case dismissed in the initial stages, and so no one needed to go to court. The complainant took his appeal to a higher court, but there too Mudaliar managed to get the case dismissed. There was a higher purpose behind Bhagavan choosing Mudaliar for this incident. He was to become one of the boulders to disseminate Arunachala's teaching of I Am throughout the world. Therefore, it was not enough that the Guru accepted him. The management, including Chinnaswamy, had to accept him too. This incident helped Mudaliar win his critics over. In 1936, Mudaliar felt the attraction of Bhagavan's grace to be so powerful that he wanted to quit his profession and be permanently seated at his holy master's feet. In those days, no one was allowed to build a room for himself in the ashram. The two exceptions were Major Chadwick and Yogi Ramaya. Many others had tried, but the management refused, saying, "We do not want it to be a residential ashram. We want it to be small, with limited residential facilities." Mudaliar said, "Bhagavan influenced me in my heart to write to Chinnaswamy asking for permission to build a hut inside the ashram." The reply came quickly, in the affirmative. The disciple desires to be with the Guru, and the Guru also responds in the same way. I love the example of Devaraja Mudaliar because he is a practical demonstration of the active relationship between the Guru and the disciple. It took 2 years to construct a hut and wind up his affairs in Chittoor. In 1941, he came to stay permanently in Ramanasramam. Thereafter, he was with the master daily. Yet, Mudaliar had a deep desire to have Bhagavan's holy feet step into his room. Bhagavan laid out a simple stipulation: "I will come to your room, but no fanfare. Do not invite anyone, and do not make it a big deal." Again, Mudaliar narrated this to me with moistened eyes. Bhagavan stepped inside his room and blessed him. Mudaliar said, "This event signified the fulfillment of my own spiritual emancipation. It was not just a visit." He added, "Ganeshan, do not take this lightly. Every movement between Bhagavan and me was very significant."